So if you guys are unfamiliar with WTL Code S, it is very simple. Both teams send out 3 players, and there is a starting map, and then whoever loses can pick on whatever map they want as second map. The first team, or clan, whatever, to get 4 points wins the clan war. If it is 3-3 after 6 maps, we go to an ace match. Opening series of our WTL Code S Summer Journey is Wayne versus Reynor. They are ready. I am ready. Do we need ads right now? No, we don't. Let's do it. Perfect timing, guys. Absolute perfect timing. I actually need to change myself quickly on Team Liquid. Oh, wow. Somebody already did it. Whoever did it, thank you. Unfortunately, the streams of WTL Code S have been very bad, and WTL Code A and the Kung Fu Cups. So I hope that today we have a fun and enjoyable experience. There is a chance that it will not be fun and enjoyable, because it's gonna lag every 12 seconds. If that is the case, you guys will hear me complain a little, but I'm still going to root for my boys. It is a new team, no longer just Basilisk. It is Basilisk plus ShoWTimE. Yeah, let that sink in. Wayne is the Russian Zerg in the bottom left side of Starlight Twinkle. And in the top right side, as you guys can see, the stream quality is terrible. This is the main reason why I didn't cast WTL yesterday and I didn't cover Code A lately. I'm gonna try the YouTube stream quickly. I'm sorry guys, but I really cannot. This has been going on for way too long. And I feel like they just refuse to fix it. We're gonna try YouTube and go back a little bit in time. Let's say we go here. And then we just pray that it's going to be good. So Wayne versus Reynor. Reynor, of course, representing us, Basilisk. Opening play day of the season. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
I love it. A couple of best of 2s. And let's hope we have a great start to the season. Go, go, Mr. 1-1. Hopefully not. Be awesome if we can just start off with a 2-0. Yeah, the WTL guys do not really care about the foreign audience. They care a lot about, I think, their Chinese product that they put out. They put a lot of effort into it. They have a cool looking studio. They hire nice people. And then to everybody that does not speak Chinese, they say, hey, here's a clean feed. Enjoy it. Casters can watch the clean feed whenever they want. There's also a chance you get 10 FPS. Good luck with it. That has been the experience on my side for the last few months. Thank you, Inspi1, for the 10 months. Do you enjoy the second Bundesliga more than the first Bundesliga, Metachobo? It is a shame that it is like this. I will obviously, guys, write a complaint if today turns out not to be that good. And at the moment it is not that good. I always give them feedback. And I do try to still be very, very appreciative that they give us this awesome team league that we can enjoy. And we can watch our favorite players and yeah, stuff to compete in as a team as well. A lot of prize money. All of that is awesome. But I just want to be able to cover these games or watch these games on a different channel without feeling like I'm stuck in 2008. I don't think it's a crazy demand. But yeah. I'm going to ask for the manager. I'm not saying that I'm going to go full Karen on them, but I may. I may actually have to go full Karen on them. The Basilisk and ShoWTimE partnership is just one time and one time only for this upcoming season. After this season, we are just planning on going separate ways, but you never really know what the future brings, right? Yeah, Team Liquid won 4-2 over Storm Gaming. That started at 2 PM and we were watching the ESL Asia Regionals. Reynor has taken the forward base, guys. That is a base with a very rich Vespian geyser, as our boy Benny would call it. Wayne has just taken the triangle. He is the first one to make a lot of links. Reynor believes that he can take this fight. That's That's a bit of a scary fight. That's a lot of Zerglings coming out of Bruce Wayne. And there's a lot of links. Reynor in the end will hold, losing a single queen. That looked actually kind of scary for a split second there. That's a weird take, Meto. I feel like you should always be happy if your club can go up, mate. Wayne is down 11 workers. As I guess he's gearing up for a massive, maybe Ling Ravager attack. Wayne is, of course, traditionally a very aggressive Zerg. Reynor wasn't born last night. This is not the first time that he gets to see Bruce Wayne. I'm sure that Reynor is on the edge of his seat, and he's keeping his eyes wide open for anything that looks like things are not totally the way they should be in a standard passive macro-oriented game. Wayne is just going to take this fight here once more in the middle of two bases of Reynor. He's actually doing pretty damn good. Wayne is starting to find some good victories here. Wayne, his carapace is done at this point. This is where Wayne, his Zerglings become a little bit more powerful. Thank the Lord that he just lost a whole bunch of them. I'm a bit worried, guys. Reynor has created a 14 worker lead for himself. At the moment, a lot of his units are still in production. That means they're obviously not quite out yet. And we are waiting for +1 missile attacks to come online. But it is going to come online. I guess we are kind of doing fine. Reynor is building another drone. The last thing that Reynor needs is another drone. Reynor just needs units. If Reynor attacks the incoming attack of Bruce Wayne right now, Reynor wins the game. Just like that. You say Wayne ahead if he attacks now. Don't forget, guys, that the scoreboard is flipped. Wayne is blue and he's on the bottom side of the map, but he's on the top side of your scoreboard. So Reynor is actually the one with 102 supply. I feel like Wayne is kind of dead. Which is good news for us. As Reynor now with +1 missile attacks and reinforcements for days. A massive worker lead. Plenty of roaches out. Reynor is just doing Reynor things here. And just like that, he's going to take the 1-0 lead. Look. A tiny bit scary, once or twice. Where it felt that Wayne had a lot of units. But Reynor was full of confidence that he was able to sneak out a few more drones. And the kid takes the 1-0 lead. We are literally undefeated so far, guys, in this season of WTL Code S. Woohoo! Oranje boven. Can I add the same camera twice, guys? Is that possible? And do video capture device as existing Sony. I can, that's sick actually. And then for WTL, I can just put myself over here in the top right. That's not too distracting. Smiling already, thinking about the nightclubs. I don't know if that's Reynor's plan. Doesn't he play tomorrow in the ESL Europe Regionals? If our boy Reynor is playing tomorrow, he probably shouldn't make it too late today, but he's an adult. He can do however he pleases. Bit of an odd game. We obviously missed the very beginning of it because I was refreshing the stream and switching platforms, etc. Happy to see Reynor taking the 1-0 lead for Basilisk plus ShoWTimE. But we're just going to mostly refer to it as Basilisk, as that is shorter and easier. You gotta watch out with the soju, it sneaks up on you. I don't think in my entire life I ever got really drunk out of soju. I've definitely had it quite a few times, and I think it's nice. It's not something that I'm drinking and suddenly I'm like, whoa, I'm drunk. It's all over with Liverpool. Are they losing again? I haven't followed football at all today, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, another draw. I mean, it was already over, to be honest, right? After the losses in the last 2 weeks. They were not going to win the league anymore. That dream was dead. Perhaps our boy Bruce Wayne needed a second before hopping into game 2. He picked Girls River. So the way that this league works, guys, is that there is a starting map that is always decided by the WTL admins. They just randomly decided that we're going to kick things off on Crimson Court. Whoever loses game 1 can pick any map he wants. There are no vetoes. Reynor cannot block anything. Now in a ZVZ, that's not mega impactful, but it can obviously help a little. And Wayne says, I've got something special for you, Reynor, on Ghost River. Last season, when we played against Starlight Twinkle, Wayne actually played against Serral. Lost game 1, and he went for a night as all-in game 2 on Ratu set, and he won. That is our man, Bruce Wayne. And in the top left side, we are looking at the main base of the man that's representing Basilisk plus ShoWTimE. That in-game logo, by the way, could look better. I have the feeling that they don't have the right graphics. We're gonna fix that for Playdate 2. I will actually give them a transparent graphic. Because now we just have a big black square on the ground. Doesn't look that pretty, but okay. That is not the way that this is supposed to look. Well, it works, I guess. I mean... They're both going pool first. I think Klopp is going to do better than... I think that Arne Slot is going to do better than Jurgen Klopp did. 1 decade of Liverpool greatness, 1 league title. I think Slot is going to win at least 2 or 3, mate. But I'll give it to Jurgen Klopp. He did a good job in at least bringing Liverpool back to the top. And making them relevant again. I'm sure he'll be remembered very fondly. But he really didn't win that much. That has to be said too. And I know it's hard to win when you have Man City to worry about. But still. Ghost River. Reynor in the top left. Wayne in the top right. Basilisk taking the 1-0 lead. This would be a nerve-wracking map for me to play ZVZ on. The one time you're actually incredibly happy that Overlords are flying and can just give you a little bit of map vision. It would actually be kind of cool if Wayne just plays a pretty standard macro game from here on out and tries to hit a hard timing on Lair with roaches +1 and roach speed, something along those lines. Because I'm sure that Reynor is incredibly paranoid about Wayne banking up 28 Zerglings in the back of his main and clicking them to the other side of the map with speed. It's a good map for the Lambo Queen Roachwalk. The one that hits very early. The old school one that he got Serral with a couple times. Yeah, I think they are both afraid to expand very quick here. Because it is so easy to obviously bank up 20 links and send them to the other side of the map and end the game. I think this is a tricky one to play ZVZ on. It's going to be on a knife's edge, guys. So Europe won't start for another 26 minutes, right? We have so much Starcraft at the moment. It's ridiculous. Once the regionals are all over, I think I'm actually going to take a 1-week break of everything. And I'm just going to charge myself up for the ESL Masters in Dallas. This has been a ridiculously busy month. I watch so much Starcraft that I am starting to dream about Starcraft again. I haven't done that in a while, but when I'm watching it all day, every day, I just can't let it go. Reynor is the one to try his luck first with a couple of links on the other side of the map. He's morphing 2 Banes here as well, but think Wayne's got enough defensive units out. First bailing of Reynor actually doesn't really get a whole lot. That's a very tiny connection. Reynor, I'm sure, would love to get some of them queens. He's gonna get one queen easily. The bailing just exploded in the middle of nowhere. Was that a manual detonation, guys, by Reynor? I feel like there wasn't a single Zergling attacking it. Reynor says, doesn't really matter though. I want more, I'll get more. Gets the second queen. Reynor gets the third queen. Oh, that's pretty good. Now we can just go home, drop our own Roach Warren and take it from there. Maybe Reynor has been inspired by the Botest sisters. He always sees them going for queens. Reynor says, I can do that too. I'll take out a queen. Or two. Or three. Now in chess, I do not recommend letting your opponent get 3 queens. As a 208 elo player, this is my advice to you guys. I wish I was lying, but I am 208. Yeah, you can call me a bit of an expert. Chess is hard, man. Wayne says, now it's my time to go ahead and snipe a couple queens. We have bailing explosions happening all over the shop. It's kind of hard for me to sometimes keep track of them, who they are good, who they are bad for. What we do know is that Wayne has +1 carapace. He's going to try to morph a couple of his low HP roaches into Ravagers. One of these moments where Reynor just needs to hang on a little bit longer. And if Reynor can survive this storm without losing too many drones, he's going to be more than happy. He's only lost 2 so far. I think with the immediate reinforcements, a couple of extra ladies helping out, Reynor is going to be fine here. Takes a 6 worker lead. Does need to attack up, as Wayne is already, well, on its way to lair tech. But he's down 6 workers. Overall, things looking pretty good for the Italian Stallion here in our season opener. No such thing as an easy match, but I'd be lying if I told you guys that we are shaking in our boots for our season opener here today. Basilisk has a really good regular season record. I think in 2 full seasons of Code S, we have literally only lost 1 time. We went 11-0 and 10-1. So we are 21-1 in regular season. And a season opener against Starlight Twinkle, we're pretty confident. I think that's fair. I don't think that's arrogance or cockiness. Numbers don't lie. We lost to On-Site Gaming. In the playoffs, we lost to Team Liquid because Clem decided to become the best version of Clem that the world has ever seen. And he said, hey, I want to win this entire thing by myself. Can I do that, Team Liquid? Please, please, one time. And then somehow got stopped by Ryong. Yeah, in the playoffs, we lost to Team Liquid. The regular season, we lost to On-Site Gaming. And first season that we played in WTL Code S, we also lost in the playoffs against On-Site Gaming. In the grand finals back then. Yeah, and On-Site Gaming now is Vitality, indeed. The team of Maru, Crank, Solar, and Ryong. They are the back-to-back champions of the WTL Code S. Yona's gonna start yapping. Nah. Yona was actually participating a little bit in our team chat. After the lineups were announced, I think Yona hit us with, give them hell. And then Reynor responded, will do, boss. Trigger hit him with an emoji. Yona is as much part of our journey as always. Even if we'll see him a little bit less throughout the regular season. You guys will see some Yona, don't worry. I cannot promise when, but there will be some Yona. I think Yona will be in the regular season. I think he's going to be in the regular season. I think he's going to be in the playoffs. I think he's going to be at Dallas. I believe Yona is going to be everywhere. I believe Yona right now is listening to me and supporting us. I hope so, at least. Maybe he's got me muted, you never know, but... There will be Yona, guys. Reynor is the first to max out. He's on 63 drones. He only has a single evolution chamber. He's working on his +2 missile attacks at the moment. Wayne obviously did open up with that quick +1 carapace, so he's created a bit of an upgrade advantage for himself. But Reynor is the one to use Contaminate on that Evo to slow down +2 missile attacks of Wayne. These fights can be a bit scary, and I think Wayne can actually be pretty good in some of these maxed out Roach fights. I think Ravager numbers are key here though, and it does look to me that Reynor has a few more Ravagers than Roaches. Ravagers are awesome. I feel like pure Roach is almost never supposed to beat Roach Ravager. But it is of course important that Reynor doesn't make any big micro errors, doesn't overly expose his Ravagers, doesn't put them in the front line, and gets good value out of them. Reynor is the one who's got 9 more workers, which obviously means that his army supply is a tiny bit smaller, but I'm not too concerned about it. It is Barras. This is the best that I can do for you. It is the best that any English streamer can do. We are not allowed to join these games, so we have to watch the stream. And the quality that I can give to you is as good as the quality they give to me. I'm not very happy with it either. This is actually good. For WTL standards, this right now is good. We have to be very happy with this. If it keeps on going like this, I'm already satisfied. Because I am used to a whole lot worse at this point. Reynor has invested in Aspire and is going up to 4 bases. As Wayne is now also going up to 4 bases, but he does not have any additional tech yet. Still just pure on the Roach. It's a bit odd to me. Does not believe in the Ravager. It almost feels to me that Wayne is banking on the fact that Reynor is going to make a mistake with his Ravagers, that he's going to expose them a bit too much, and that the Roaches of Wayne can get on top of the Ravagers of Reynor. But Reynor is pretty good at the video game, I believe, last time I checked. And I don't think that Reynor is going to make any positional errors like that. No fireplace in the background this time. There will never be another fireplace in the background. That is the worst idea you guys have ever had. We had 5 very cute, cozy looking streams, and now my TV is ruined because of that fireplace that has burned into the image or screen, whatever. Thanks, guys. I was very happy with my TV, and you guys ruined it. It's like Wayne is going to ruin the 4th base of Reynor. But Mudas are out. And last time I checked, Roaches do not fire up. Reynor does need to start spending his money. He's nowhere near maxed out, and he's sitting at 2,000 minerals, had over 1,000 gas in the bank as well. Spending a little bit of it, but I believe he's running out of larva. And if you already have a larva problem and you just lost the base, it's not going to be too easy to deal with. No. I'm not going to make it even worse. I am budgeting for a lot of things in life right now, and replacing my living room TV is not one of them. So I'm gonna have to live with the little bit of the burned in image of a fireplace that there is right now. I'm not going to make it any worse. And Wayne is playing pretty good, but Wayne does need to obviously find an answer for these Mudas. At the moment he does not really have a whole lot of stuff that shoots up. He's gonna crank out some Hydras. Hydras are not fantastic against Roaches and Ravagers. There are some moments where the Hydras can shine, but most of the time pure Roach Ravager is actually better than Roach Hydra. And it does not seem that Reynor is banking on making more Mudas. He's not gonna play Muda Link Bane. These were just a couple, hey, I have Mudas and you need to respect them, and the moment you have an answer for it, I'm gonna try to take advantage of that answer. As these two armies are going to headbutt, look at those corrosive balls landing in the middle of the army of Wayne. Somehow Wayne's still doing alright at first, but now he's moving back in again, and he's really going to have to respect the potential of these Ravagers a bit more. Both players losing a lot of drones at the moment. We have some picture-in-picture. Your guess is as good as mine. The Roaches with Tunneling Claws in the main and natural have been actually very well controlled by Wayne. This kind of feels that Reynor's army is better. Continues to stay better. Both of them taking a pretty serious hit though to their economy. Only a grand total of 79 workers on the map at the moment. Split across both players. That's not many workers for a 14-minute game. But Reynor's got Du Supply, as Todd would call it. Reynor also has Hive Tech. He's transitioning into Lurkers. And meanwhile, Wayne is just hard stuck as a Lair Tech Zerg. Some Roaches, some Hydras. Not a bad performance by Wayne at all. But it just kind of feels that the Korea arc of our boy is starting to pay off a little. As he's looking good, he's looking sharp. Got a 4-0 victory over Cure earlier today, the Korean Terran player. On his own stream. And yeah, he's looking mighty fine here. You guys know that it's a bit of a tradition for us to give Reynor a hard time. Make fun of him, tease him a little, but this is just a really good performance. Can't say he did anything wrong. He looked sharp, he looked ready, had a good understanding of where he was at in the game. And he is going to spam a few more corrosive balls as Wayne is going to try to micro his way out of this. The Hydras are trying to do their thing. The Roach Warren has fallen. So sure, there are a couple of Rootlings helping out, but that also means no more Roaches for Wayne. And if you can't build any more Roaches, you are just in all sorts of trouble. The Mutos are going to show up as well to be the icing on the cake. The nail in the coffin. And that will do it. The 1-1 man is no more. He is a newborn man. Korea arc has transformed him into a 2-0 boy. Say goodbye to the 1-1 man. Say hello to the 2-0 boy. Now I said the icing on the cake and the nail in the coffin. I got it right. Firefly Grave. I did not mess it up this time around. He got younger? Yeah, he got younger. Because he finally got a proper haircut. GG's. Good job by Reynor. We're happy with that. ShoWTimE is not an official Basilisk member, but he is officially part of our team for WTL-Guest-Member. A lot of teams have teamed up with different orcs. We have teamed up with ShoWTimE. 92% of you guys believed in the 2-0 for Reynor, and Reynor delivered. That means we're going to go ahead and take a very tiny break. After that, we'll be back with ShoWTimE versus Krystianer. Best of 2. ShoWTimE 2-0. Krystianer 2-0. A 1-1 draw. How is D. Mauer going to perform at his debut for the Basilisk plus ShoWTimE merger? We're about to find out. Tiny break. See you guys real soon. Hype. So you don't just get more ShoWTimE, you finally get ShoWTimE. Because before we teamed up with ShoWTimE, he obviously cannot participate in WTL-Guest-Member by himself. So this is actually the first time ever, I think, that ShoWTimE is playing in WTL-Guest-Member. Unless I am making an historical error, but I don't think ShoWTimE has ever played in WTL-Guest-Member on any orc. So very cool. I hope he will have a fun ride with us. We are excited. I'll be right back, guys. 100%, guys. 100%. Let's do it. Second best of 2. The clan war is over if any team wins 4 maps. Because obviously then you would win at a minimum 4-2, maybe 5-1, 6-0. If it is 3-3, we go to an ace match. With a 2-0, we get our first official W of the regular season. Top left side, hailing from Poland. Lived in Germany, by the way, for a while. Near Stuttgart, I believe. But he's back in Poland. It is Krystianer, representing the Starlight Twinkle. And in the bottom right side, it is the one and only beautiful, tall, handsome, muscular, great posture, Basilisk ShoWTimE. Ah, Yo showing up. My golden boy is showing up for D. Mauer. Awesome. Yeah, very cool to have ShoWTimE. Not just on our roster, but to overall see ShoWTimE in WTL-Guest-Member. I was really hoping that somebody would team up with Gabe as well, because I kind of feel the players like Gabe and ShoWTimE should be a part of the biggest team league there is. Why is it not big? It could be big, but big is just a one-man team. So we decided to give some props to ShoWTimE. But if you guys look closely, you guys can see a little big logo next to the Basilisk logo. We could have gone for Basilisk and big, but we went for Basilisk and ShoWTimE. But here you guys can see, little big logo. They are out there. They're with us. Busy weeks, but I can't miss this. Thank you for stopping by, matey. We actually only talked with ShoWTimE. I don't really mind sharing that with you guys. Since Yona would not always be available, we looked for options, and basically everyone was a fan of the idea of reaching out to ShoWTimE. I was a fan of it. Our management was a fan of it. Serral was a fan of it. Trigger loved it. Reynor loved it. Everybody gets along well with ShoWTimE. He just has a great standing in the community. He's always very kind and polite. He's a great player, so he was kind of our first option. We reached out to him. He said yes immediately, and that's how the happy marriage was formed. We didn't really do a lot of shopping. ShoWTimE was our first choice, and we came to an agreement and understanding almost immediately. He was down, we were down. It doesn't always have to be complicated. We know that Krystianer is a massive fan of spamming a lot of Stalkers and Zealots in this matchup. That's something that I think a lot of you guys know. That's something that ShoWTimE knows as well. PvP is always a bit tricky and scary, but I think ShoWTimE has a very good understanding of how Krystianer likes to play this matchup. One thing that I have not mentioned yet, since this is the first time that I'm actually covering WTL-Guest-Member, is that something has changed a little bit in the prize money distribution. There is now money on the line for every single map you play in the regular season. It is 250 RMB, which translates to roughly $30. But there is a chance that they will increase it. They are kind of vague about it, but the TLDR is that they expect some bonus to come in. And then the map wins will increase from 250 RMB to 500 RMB potentially. So then it's like $60 per map, which is actually pretty serious money. You know, a lot of these games are over at like 7-8 minutes. So 8 minutes for $60, that's not too bad. Why isn't it Big Basilisk instead of Basilisk GGS? Because we like Basilisk GGS. That's why. Thank you to Summilux for the 95 months. On Battle.net we are Basilisk GG. So now we are Basilisk GG and ShoWTimE. Good job, Reynor. You actually played really well, mate. That Korea arc, it's starting to show. The ZVT is looking good. The ZVZ is looking good. This Reynor kid might actually go somewhere, guys. The ZVP looked pretty good against Mana. I really enjoyed that Golden Aura game. I thought that was very exciting. I thought it was very clutch as well, because that was not easy. I always like it if Reynor wins the ZVP and he has to work for it. And at this moment he has to work for all of them, so it sparks a lot of joy to me. Krystianer is going to go for the 1-2 punch of a couple of Stalkers at the third, and he's going to try to shade 2 adapts in the natural. It's a classic move in PvP. He's finding some damage here, so it's definitely not bad. Should be able to get at least 1 more if he targets correctly. Maybe 2 more. No, does not get 2 more. 3 probes in total. A bit of lost mining time for 2 adapts. I would say that's somewhat even. Wait, Krystianer is taking gases? What the hell? Who is this guy? Are we sure that this is live, guys? Am I witnessing Krystianer just casually taking a couple of additional assimilators? Excusez-moi? I want my money back. I have never seen this. Normally Krystianer is on 9 bases before he takes his 3rd gas. That gives me the idea that he's gearing up for a massive Stalker Immortal Zealot Archon attack. Other than that, I can't really explain this. Krystianer is not a very big double Robo-Bay player. But I can absolutely see him just drop at Templar Archives and go for Stalkers and Archons. Krystianer up 4 workers. He's gonna be happy with that. And the 4th base was a tiny bit quicker. There is the Templar Archives of Krystianer. I bet ShoWTimE is surprised that he hasn't seen 28 Zealots yet. I'm surprised, so I'm sure that ShoWTimE is surprised too. This is where you click on that little icon in the top right. It's like, I am playing Krystianer though, right? There are a few Zealots in the mix already for Krystianer. Not all that many. War Prism on the production tab would be sick if ShoWTimE can somehow snipe this Prism, because Krystianer absolutely is gearing up for a move out. +1 is done now. ShoWTimE has already been working on +2 for a little while, but it's still gonna take quite some time before this kicks in. This is going to be a little bit scary for D-Mauer. I would be lying to you guys if I don't tell you that I think this is scary. Krystianer's attack is going to be big. It's gonna hit like a Volvo truck. And those Swedish trucks, guys, are built different. There's a lot of them in Germany and Poland. Yeah, the Immortals are terrifying. Archons, in a weird way, are actually pretty good in some of these scenarios. Not because of the damage they deal, but they make it impossible for your opponent to make Zealots. So then you kind of have to go Stalkers only. But it takes a long time for Stalkers to chew their way through a bunch of Archons. This is not the best fight for D-Mauer. Uh-oh. ShoWTimE is potentially off to a rough debut here in the WTL Codex. As Krystianer's got a terrifying army. He's got a Warp Prism in the natural. He's going to warp in a bunch of Zealots. This is going to be very difficult. ShoWTimE is going to have to live up to the nickname that we gave him a long time ago. Force fields will be broken because Krystianer has built the first Archon since the summer of 2018. And he's going to bulldoze his way through these. ShoWTimE blinks forward on top of all of these Immortals, but I have a hard time believing that this is going to end well. The Polish Protoss, Krystianer for Starlight Twinkle, is actually going to take the 1-0 lead here. Well done. I mean, he's surprising everyone here. He took gases. GG gets called. Starlight Twinkle. Krystianer gets a point on the board. And ShoWTimE will not pick up the first 250 RMB. Good performance by Krystianer. He didn't do a whole lot, but he just kind of said, oh, this is my game plan. I'm going to make a couple Stalkers. I'm going to expand. I'm going to try to find a tiny bit of economic damage with the 2 Adepts and the Stalker poke in the 3rd. And then I'm going to surprise my opponent by actually taking gases and finding a way to break force fields. 2024 Krystianer hits different. Also, by the way, I think his debut in the WTL Codex, because Krystianer was a one-man army for a long time, representing Blazer Esports, but I think he was the only really good player on the team, so they never made it into WTL. Yeah, nice for him. Nice for the young man from Poland. Rough for us, but no need to panic just yet. How is ShoWTimE's apartment so nice? I feel like he's been in that place for a long time. I think he probably lives with his family. Now, do you guys think ShoWTimE lives alone? It's nice. He probably lives alone, actually. I feel like he's been living there for a long time. Do you think he texted ShoWTimE after the game? You mean a cheeky Battle.net whisper? No. I don't think that Krystianer has gone for a cheeky Battle.net whisper. That's only what he does after ladder games. He lives with his family, but they build him like his own wing. Okay, so he kind of like lives with the family, but he still has his own place and he can go in and out without anybody noticing. Those are cool setups. Yeah. Did you ever visit him, Mark, or he just told you? He told you? Okay. That looks nice. It looks very clean. Cute. Alright, let's do it. Let's at least get a 1-1 here, then I think we are still on pole position to just bring this one home. Top left side, taking the 1-0 lead on his debut in WTL Codex, it was Krystianer. Bottom right side, representing Basilisk and himself. And big, it's ShoWTimE. By the way, Reynor, or Mark, where does Nikita live right now? Because he's never told me. I know that I saw a little video of it, and you told me a few things, but you never told me where it is, Reynor. Is he still close to me, or does he live far away? He lives in Tilburg. Ah, okay. He went to Diego's town. Really? Okay, cool. It's a bit further away from me, unfortunately, but that's nice. I think Tilburg is a pretty nice place to live. That makes me happy for Nikita. How old is ShoWTimE? I believe he's 30? I don't think that's correct. Is he already 30? I thought ShoWTimE was like 28 or 27. He is 30? Okay. Damn. Born in 1994. Yeah. You guys are correct. I mean, he has been around for a long time, but he looks a bit younger than 30. I would have guessed he's 27 or 28, not 30. Yeah, I just checked Legalec instead of Wikipedia. You are correct. Krystianer is still proper young though, I know that much. Probably 21, 22, something among those lines, or not even. Krystianer is a proper youngster. ShoWTimE is going to open up with the Adepts. This is something he's done pretty frequently over the last few months. 6 Adept, 8 Adept opening into many Oracles. Once in a while it's just 2 Adepts into Stalkers or 2 Adepts into Stalker Sentry, but I feel most of the time if ShoWTimE opens up with Adepts, he will go for many Adepts, and he will just keep on looking for that right moment to shade in and find the economic damage that he's dreaming of. Krystianer turned 20. Okay. Youngster. Practically a baby. Krystianer actually gonna go for Stargate as well. I think this would be a sick moment for Krystianer to play Phoenix. I'm obviously not hoping for that. ShoWTimE will pretty much never ever play Phoenix here. Like a bunch of Adepts into a Phoenix. Those are just units that don't work incredibly well together. Krystianer could theoretically go for a Phoenix. If he's just banking on the fact that ShoWTimE is gonna go Adept Oracle, Phoenixes can be a very good counter against Oracles. It would make sense to me. I'm actually really curious. If it will be an Oracle, will it be a Phoenix? He goes Oracle himself. The nice thing, I guess, for Krystianer about playing Oracles here is that ShoWTimE is making a lot of Adepts, and Adepts don't shoot up. I think you would make your own life a little bit easier if you would play Phoenix rather than Oracle, but okay. What he could use is the Oracles to activate Pulsar Beam and gun down the Adepts of ShoWTimE, and then just deal with the Oracle of ShoWTimE with his own Stalkers. In 2004 you were 17. Jeez. You gotta be so old, mate. Sounds like you're very old. What are you, born in like 1987? You absolute dinosaur. Gotta feel terrible to be that old. First two Oracles grab a couple of probes. The Adepts have shaded into the natural. They're gonna grab a few more, so this is something that we can work with. But it's not as good as you guys may think it is. There are moments where killing 5 probes is amazing. But killing 5 probes, losing a bunch of Adepts, being down in the Stalker numbers, having to deal with the Oracle of your opponent. It's a little bit too early to celebrate if you're cheering for ShoWTimE or Basilisk. I was joking, guys. I am born in 87. That's why I was joking. It took a little while for me for it to actually sink in. I was like, man, if you were 17 in 2004, you must be very old. And then I did the math and I was like, wait a minute, I was 17 in 2004. Krystianer is the one who's gonna go up to 3 bases. ShoWTimE says, you know what, that sounds like a good plan. Let's go ahead and do that too. So both players are just playing relatively standard in that regard. The Oracle of Krystianer has not really accomplished a whole lot yet. This is one more reason why I kind of thought it would be easier for Krystianer to play this game if he would have gone Phoenix. You don't have to go many Phoenixes, but I think going like 2 or 3 Phoenix. I think 3 Phoenix is a very sweet number to still have enough potential to lift a couple probes on the other side of the map and kill them. And then give yourself a very easy time to deal with these Oracles of ShoWTimE that are a pretty costly investment as well. And the Phoenix are also very useful in dealing with Adept Harass, because then you can actually lift them, they cannot shade away. Oh. Who's ahead? I would say in the end now ShoWTimE is a little bit ahead, but it's obviously very close. This is a very close and competitive game, but I'd give a tiny advantage to ShoWTimE, but not much more than that. Krystianer actually surprised to see ShoWTimE's army show up here. He was casually working on the stasis trappy. Oh, that's nice. I don't think that ShoWTimE can quite blink forward and take the fight near a battery, but still a nice stasis trap. He needs to be careful there with his own stalkers coming in from the right. I'm sure that ShoWTimE thought about it for a split second. If Krystianer did not have a shield battery at the third, that could have been very, very costly. Because then I do think that ShoWTimE YOLO blinks forward and takes that fight. But the battery is something you truly have to respect. I think it's nice to see that ShoWTimE is playing a patient game so far. Up 5 workers. I think these are the kind of PvPs that ShoWTimE loves. As Krystianer has put almost all of his stalkers at the triangle to deal with these stalkers of ShoWTimE. And that kind of opens the doors for these oracles of the early game to show up one more time. Activate Pulsar Beam, zap down 6 workers. Interesting revelation there by Krystianer. Don't know if that was necessary, guys, but he did it, and sure. It landed on at least one of them. ShoWTimE casually walks up this ramp on the left side of Golden Aura, gets a cancel on the 4th base. None of these things are massive, but it does really start adding up. ShoWTimE probably already pretty happy with how most of the things have gone in this game, and just finding tiny victory after tiny victory makes you feel really good about yourself. And it's gonna allow you to play with all that swagger and confidence that you need in a PvP. The 2004 Euros were terrible. No need to be old enough to remember that. Weren't those super awesome? No, wait, I'm thinking of 2008. Where were the Euros of 2004? Was that the one in Portugal? Netherlands made semi-finals. And we lost on penalties. Yeah. We beat Sweden in the quarterfinals on penalties, and then we lost against Portugal. No, wait, we didn't lose on penalties. We just got owned. I take it back, sorry. We were actually kind of bad in that Euro. But somehow made semi-finals. Even when the Dutch are bad, we are still so much better than Germany. It's amazing. Krystianer is Adapt's got a couple of probes in the bottom side of the map. ShoWTimE says, alright mate, you get 5 workers. Now it's my time to shine again as he walks up this ramp one more time. Now you're thinking of the World Cup game, you thermal. Netherlands and Portugal have a very long lasting history and a lot of very spicy matches. Yeah, the very spicy one with all the red cards and yellow cards was at the World Cup of 2006, I believe, in Germany. I watched that one in the city in Rotterdam at the ski hut. That's very funny to Dutch people, I think. A forward blink by ShoWTimE as he gets the first immortal, he gets the second immortal, but I do think we truly need to respect that battery overcharge there, by the way. A little bit surprising to see ShoWTimE be the one that is this heavy on gateway units. If I didn't know any better, I would think that Krystianer is ShoWTimE and ShoWTimE is Krystianer. It's actually Krystianer who is enjoying a pretty nice army here of Archons and Immortals, while ShoWTimE is playing with a relatively basic army. Normally the tables are turned. We do have a stasis trappy in the back. Stalkers blink forward, not far enough to activate that stasis trap. The Archons of Krystianer didn't really participate in the fight. They finally make their ways through the front line. There are a lot of Zealots, by the way, on the left side of Krystianer that are stuck behind his army. And I'm very happy about that, as we do have a tiny stasis trap to fall back to. That wasn't really all that hot, to be honest, for ShoWTimE, guys. Krystianer is playing really good. ShoWTimE now realizing that playing pure Zealot Stalker is probably not quite the way to go here. Against Krystianer, who's just a brand new man over here in the summer of 2024. As he has discovered how to select BA, take gases, and build well advanced and high-tech armies. Krystianer is an absolute animal. Where's the original stream from? If you mean streaming platform, I'm currently watching on YouTube. I earlier had Twitch open, but the Twitch stream of the WTL guys is just very laggy. So the YouTube one is slightly better, but I know it's not perfect, sir. I apologize, but this is the best that I can do. I still think it's always fun to watch the games. It is up to us guys to make it a fun time together. I didn't think that this was going to be a steamroll, but I did kind of expect a 2-0 ShoWTimE. Maybe a 1-1. Krystianer 2-0 would be a very big upset. ShoWTimE is incredibly solid in PvP. And obviously we are not there yet, as we have a forward blink, but this time around ShoWTimE also has a couple of Archons, and that's where the force fields are not all that intimidating anymore. This is a great fight for D Mauer as he blinks forward, snipes that War Prism, and just like that, guys, I believe this is ShoWTimE doing ShoWTimE things. Krystianer is in all sorts of trouble. All of these Immortals will start falling once the Zealots get on top of it. Lovely snipe on that Prism there, guys. Great job by ShoWTimE, and that will do it. Wow, what a fight. Just like that, guys. Just like that. ShoWTimE lets go of a deep breath. He's like, whew. That could have been slightly better, but we'll take the 1-1. That means 1 point for Starlight Twinkle, 1 point for Basilisk and ShoWTimE, and we are now on match point. Gotta say though, guys, good performance by Krystianer, right? Gotta give him kudos there. He's the underdog. Even if I'm rooting for my boys and my team, I gotta say I think Krystianer played a strong series there. I feel like he should be pretty proud of that. 1-1 draw is the correct outcome. We have, last but not least, our boy Trigger versus Cham. A little Latin versus North American action. Or I guess it's an all North American best of 2. Trigger 2-0. Cham 2-0. 1-1 draw. Give you guys 10 minutes to get this one in. This is all correct. Trigger is of course the Canadian Protoss representing Basilisk, and Cham is the Mexican Zerg player. I see that we have a request. What do we have a request for? This Fionte's friend, yeah. I figured that you were Fionte's friend, but you were still annoying. I'm gonna think about that one. Just because you're someone's friend, that doesn't give you a free pass to be mega annoying for half an hour straight. Not quite how this works, guys. Alright, match point for us. I'll display 30 seconds to play it very safe. And then we continue. Let's hope that as long as Trigger wins one map, guys, we get a W. Ideally, of course, we get a 2-0. A, that's more money for the team. And B, that puts us in a better spot in potential tiebreakers way down the line when the regular season is over. But first things first, we aim for the W. Let's get a win. And then we'll see by what score we can win. I'm pretty confident in Trigger, by the way. I think Trigger is very good these days. I think this is a good patch for him. I know he's been practicing a lot. I don't want to get too carried away, but I'm kind of counting on a 2-0 here, guys. I believe that our Canadian boy is going to get the job done. Eternal says that SLT does have an absolute gangster team. Pose. The boss. Pose. I feel like these are the two bodyguards and then Krystianer is the boss. PvZ is his weakness though. I think this is a much better patch for Trigger than some of the older patches. Alright, let me get myself a drink quickly and then we enjoy, hopefully, the final best of 2 of the day. And then we go straight back into the Europe regionals. So much good Starcraft, guys. Oh my goodness, what a fuck. What a day. What a week. What a month. Prediction closed? No. The prediction has just opened, so. If predictions ever bug out, guys, just press F5 and then you will see it correctly. I did not, Lino. I am a broke boy and I promised a spa weekend to Vicky because he subbed in for me yesterday. Yesterday I had to play some padel and then Vicky took over my stream. So I told her in return I'll take her to the spa. And we are also aiming for a new backyard, so no. I'm staying away from the football Degen bets for a bit. Been a crazy last 4 years actually. You're not wrong, but I think this period in particular is very crazy. You saw Yona laddering now. Does that mean he's possible for an ace? Everything is possible, Eva. But let's be honest, we all know who the real ace is for Basilisk. Like, you're looking at him. I don't think they need me today, but if they do need me, I'll bring it home. Like the proper captain that I am for the guys, I will bring it home. I don't know, Neat Pete. We've never really gone. I just want to go. Cham is our Mexican Zerg, guys, in the top right side of Goes the River. Yes, Trigger is our Canadian Protoss in the top left. And he's already being very annoying. Wow, Trigger. I thought Canadians were supposed to be ultra nice and polite. He has pylon blocked the natural, and now he's also sort of pylon blocking the third, but not really. He's laughing about it. Happens to the best of us, mate. Yeah, I kind of thought it was off as well, but I was like, I'm not going to say that because I will probably look stupid if I say that it's off. It's okay, though. He's asserting his dominance, guys. The man is just asserting his dominance on the other side of the map. It's all good. What is the actual date, by the way, Lino, of the game? I know you probably wrote that in the app, but I just didn't have any time yet to check it. But is it on my birthday? Is it on the 8th of May? So Essex Romeo, that is actually the one that I wanted to go to. But my mom swears by a different one in Valkenburg. So I guess we should go to that one. Ah, it's this week. Sick. I guess I could go. Is it on Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday, the 1st of May. I am casting at the ESL channel on the Thursday, but I think on Wednesday I'm not really doing a whole lot, so I guess I could go. First Blood.
First Blood.
I'm playing with the balance of audio a little bit too much. I should stop that. This is very addictive. I'm living out my childhood dreams of being a DJ. It's the Dutchie in me, you know. I may not be Hardwell or Chesto or Armin van Buren, but I am mixing audio on my Go XLR like an absolute pro. I should team up with Andrea. I was actually kind of hoping that Trigger would have something very special for us on this map. Something like Drogo had. against Lambo in the ESL Spring Regionals. I thought it was awesome. I know you guys hear me complain about the Tempest builds never working, but that's just because they never work for me. I'm not very good in this game. Trigger is, Drogo is. And you would really think, looking at this map and the layout, that Tempest are excellent. And you should be able to do some really cool stuff with Tempest. But I kind of like going for Resonating Glaive Adept as well. That should be fine. With your champion, do you mean Ayrton Senna, Catholic, or are we talking about Ayrton Senna? I don't know, but that is what I'm guessing. I actually like getting all 3 Twilight upgrades as well, Ian Blue. I think it's fun to open up with Adepts and Glaives, follow it up with Zealots and Charge, and then rely on Blink Stalkers. It's a really fun way to play. It can be a bit hard if they just spam a crazy amount of roaches or 55 supply. Like going first Glaives and then Zealot Charge is not very good against Mass Roach, but it's a really fun way to play. What is wrong with the graphics? I actually think they have like ultra HD graphics. I think everything is maxed out. That's why the game looks a bit funny. I see so much detail in these adepts. I've never seen them. Look at these adepts. They're shiny. Brand new. Cham is firing up 5 roaches and he already has a decent amount of links out. I kind of feel like this is no longer just to be safe against the adepts. I have the feeling that Chamiko is up to no good. The shield battery is going to get surrounded almost immediately. These 3 adepts get surrounded. This is not great for Trigger, guys. If those 3 adepts are near the battery, there really isn't a worry in the world, but they weren't. I'm kind of worried. I wish that we had a Dark Shrine, by the way. Hello? Why did Trigger do that? He was supply blocked? Okay. Trigger was supply blocked. That's why he killed his own probe there. And he feels that he desperately needs an Immortal. Oh my goodness, he's got no unit in the wall. Trigger, what's happening? Guys, what is happening over here? The wheels are coming off a little bit. Uh-oh. This is actually not looking very good at all. And that is an understatement. This is not looking very good at all. The Adepts are going to try to avoid the corrosive balls, but they will not. The Immortal gets surrounded immediately. We don't have a shield battery, and this is just it. I'm gonna say this was not a very strong game by Trigger, and I'm kind of shocked. I expected a lot today. GG's get called. Cham takes a very quick 1-0 lead in this final best of 2. And still has hopes and dreams for Starlight Twinkle to send it to an ace match. I am not sure what happened there, guys, but I thought that was a very odd game by Trigger. It was uncharacteristic. It was a little bit sloppy. Yeah. Supply block, Adepts in the middle of nowhere, not protecting his battery. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit nervous, I don't know, but that was not very hot. Good news is that as a Protoss player, if you now lose, you can always pick Dynasty. I'll take a little look at that, Lino. I'll be honest, mate. I didn't really plan for that. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and try that again. Yeah, I'm checking. I'm sorry, Rizzler. But let's play it safe. It is Dynasty, though. Top right side, guys, of Dynasty. We're taking a look at the main base of the man who had a strong performance in Game 1 at this Cham. In the bottom left side, yeah, I can't put it any other way than saying that was a little bit of a train wreck of a game. First, we tried to block a third base that we did not actually block. That's okay, that's kind of funny, this stuff can happen. And then the Adepts, they were just kind of poking, prodding, not committing, that's fine. Where it was not fine is that 3 adepts were chilling in the middle of nowhere next to the 3rd base. They got surrounded, they died. Then the shield battery gets surrounded and dies. Then we were supply blocked, and yeah, we just had absolutely no answer for the Roaches, Ravages, and Lings of Cham. Lambo says you can lose a pick dynasty, that won't be an ace match. Yeah, but if we play the exact same way as we did in game 1, I think there is a good chance. Now, I believe in Trigger. I think we can step it up. Maybe a big part of his game plan was just blocking the 3rd, and when that didn't work, he felt a bit out of his comfort zone. I don't know what it was, but he's gonna have to step it up. We know the Trigger is good. We know that he can do a lot better than in game 1, so let's hope we can just get the W and take the maximum amount of points here. If Lambo's coming, I'm coming, Lino. If you can drag Lambo to Dortmund and put him in a yellow jersey, I'm there. And you know what? I'll pay for the tickets too. I'll pay for the jerseys and I'll pay for the tickets. Promise, right now. Clip it, ship it. Promise. If I can go to the Westfalen Stadium with my bro Lambo in yellow, we're going. It's a lock. It's a promise. So for the people who may not have followed all the memes and updates of the Starcraft scene over the last few weeks, a lot of Zergs will tell you that it's absolutely impossible to lose this map against Protoss. This map is a free win and it's the most imbalanced map ever. Why is that, Roddy? It has a lot to do with the very quick and safe 3-base setup, I guess, that Protoss gets. They can be in the face of the Zerg with stuff like 4-Gate, Adept, and a War Prism, force out a lot of units while expand non-stop at home. But I do think it depends a little bit on how you play. Like, if I think of myself, I like playing PvZ. I'm a good player, but I'm obviously not as good as these guys. I don't look at Dynasty as like, wow, this is the sickest map ever. I can't lose on this map. So I do think you still need to do some stuff right. But at the highest level, it comes down to seconds. And if all of those little moments favor Protoss, it does really start adding up. And it becomes incredibly difficult for the Zerg to get into a good economic spot and play a macro game that they are ever happy with. It's very difficult for Zerg in general to deal like run-by damage against the 4-base Protoss on this map. And a simple way of summing it up is indeed that Protoss players can take the gold and Zerg players cannot take the gold. Why did I get into the map pool? Because I don't think they really take pro balance into heavy consideration when it comes to releasing maps. They just kind of go for a fun little map pool that has a bit of everything. Some mineral walls, some gases, some rich Vespian geysers, some gold bases, some funny base layouts. If you guys ask me, Roddy, have you seen a professional match yet on this map where the Protoss lost against the Zerg? I don't think I have, actually. But I do believe it's coming. Hopefully not now. But I do believe that it is just a matter of time. Foxy says, I feel the same way in PvP on this map. It's insane. You mean you feel guilty about destroying every single Protoss on this map, Foxy? With your gold base? Jeez. It's nice that you have a conscience at least, Foxy. I think I've actually only played one PvZ on this map and I lost against the GG machine. That little bro is an absolute animal. Cham is gearing up for an extreme roach rush. Honestly, this looks pretty good for Cham. 2 base, a roach, drop a lord, Queen, German, Autobahn, aggression. Like, if I was in Trigger his shoes right now, I would lose. I'm not kidding. Fortunately for us, Trigger is a whole lot better than I am. Let's hope that he can buy some time with the adepts. He can keep Cham at home and crank out a few more immortals and then we'll be fine. But adepts do not do incredibly good against roaches in a straight up fight. Now it is 2 base against 2 base, but Cham is also going to drop the gold, I guess. And this is crazy. This is obviously a crazy build by Cham, but hey, it's a difficult map for a Zerg. You may as well go for a crazy build. Trigger runs into a lot of Ravages in the center of the map. And I think that Trigger can probably just defend on 2 bases. That is what he's going to do, but that also means that this game just becomes weird, no? Come on, with a little bit of War Prism micro. Poop, 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 poop. No? Yes, no? tiny bit at the end. I guess we can just defend on 2 bases. Trigger is sitting pretty on the high ground. We do have 4 queens harassing the gold now, and that means that Trigger is now temporarily just mining off 1 base, and that's not exactly where you want to be. He's gonna keep his main safe with a couple of sentries and an immortal. We are supply blocked on the side of Trigger. A lot of money in the bank. He has invested in a Stargate, but it's gonna take a little while until the Stargate comes online. Let's hope that War Prism lives. Thank the Lord. 12 HP. 12 HP. So Trigger has invested in a Stargate. I guess we're gonna build a Void Ray, or did he cancel that Stargate, guys? We are basically on 1 base Protoss now for a little while. Cham is going up to 3 bases. No, we have a real Stargate. Oracle on the production tab. I gotta say, this map looks really good for Zerg so far. I think all of the professional Zergs have just been wrong. Oh, now we've got a bunch of Ravages that can spam Corrosive Balls. And Trigger is hard stuck to being a 1 base Protoss. Queens thinking of going into the main. A donation by Chamiko. We'll take those on Team Basilisk. That was very nice of Cham, who just lost a Drop Lord with 4 queens inside of it, guys. That is 8 supply and a lot of energy gone. If all the Zergs do that, no wonder they don't win on Dynasty, you know what I mean? Why did he do that? I think this is the Zerg cabal that people talk about. Like, they accidentally lose games, you know, and they're like, oh no, this map is so difficult. And then the Esports World Cup comes around and BAM! They have a 100% win record on Dynasty. Mark my words, it's coming. That was very nice, and that was something that we absolutely needed on Team Basilisk. There's a big link counter attack and the floodgates are open. Thank the Lord that we have batteries everywhere, and we still can warp in some adepts, I guess, with resonating glaives. It is a very messy, scrappy game between these two. Corrosive Ball lands in the middle. I think Trigger's going to let the Shade finish up. He needs to avoid these great balls of fire. He does let the Shade finish up. And he's making his way through a lot of the Ravages, but he's losing 13 probes at home. What on earth is happening here? We've gone full NA. And is full NA good for Protoss, or is full NA good for Zerg? We are about to find out. As long as we don't lose the Immortal, we are fine. We lose the Immortal. Then we might not be fine, because just Stalkers alone are not going to, I think, do all that hot over here. On top of that, we are barely mining. Absolute chaos between these two players here on Dynasty. Cham in the end is enjoying a 35 supply lead. I wish I could tell you guys that I know what's up in this game, but I am lost. 38 drones against 23 probes. Trigger is now moving a few more adepts out and is gonna continue to juggle that War Prism a little. We've got the most random Oracle ever. This was the Oracle that was produced when Trigger thought, I guess he was getting Omega all in. He went for the latest target ever. I bet Cham is thinking like, what the hell is this Oracle? Is this real? It's like, yeah, it's real. Stasis Trapeze! Just gonna get a Ling and a drone. Trigger says, alright, let's do it one more time. I've got a new, very healthy Immortal. I've got a War Prism, right? Guys? Do we have a War Prism? Trigger is down 19 workers. This isn't looking all that good, and I'm afraid that it's actually not gonna go Trigger's way. The War Prism is now gonna show up, but I think it's a day late and $1 short. We are not going to win the game here, that's for sure. And he might be able to still go home, and yeah. The thing is, expanding is going to be really hard. Because Cham is just going to keep Trigger on 2 bases forever. He's going to deny mining of the gold with all these Ravages. I think it's over, guys. This is a best of 2 that I think Trigger is going to try to forget about real quick. Absolutely nothing went his way in these 2 games. And Basilisk plus ShoWTimE is going to go to an ace match versus the Starlight Twinkle. The Ling run by was painful, but that's not really where it went wrong. I think a lot of things went wrong in the beginning already. The War Prism play on the other side of the map wasn't too hot. Cham obviously went for an extreme build, like he didn't really build any units at all, and he just went for the 2 base Roach, drop a lord, queen aggression. Trigger did not have a good answer for it. I think the micro let us down a little. GG gets called. Cham with a 2-0 for the Starlight Twinkle. Who could have seen that coming? Can we have a short rundown on if the format ends 3-3? Yes, we do. Now, both teams will select an ace match player. So... So what we are going to do is figure it out. Okay, I'll let the admin know. So right now I submit our ace match player of Basilisk to the admin. Then the admin will let us know who the ace match player of Starlight Twinkle is going to be. And then they play a best of one. And obviously, I mean, I don't really want to spoil it yet before it's announced on the main broadcast. But I can tell you guys, it's me. I'm going. I believe that they need to see the power of the Phoenix. Alright, I'm joking, it's not me. I can already announce to you guys what it's going to be. It will be Reynor versus Krystianer, a best of one on Amphion. That is going to be the first ace match. I mean, last season we had a crazy amount of ace matches. And that is obviously something that did us a tiny bit dirty in the overall standings at the end. So I was really hoping that we would get a strong start today, that we did not have to go to an ace match, and we would just get the full points. We would not give any points to the enemy team. Now at this point, I just hope we win. 2-0 for Cham. That is the outcome. Good performance by him. Yeah, it is what it is. Reynor versus Krystianer. Best of one. Ace match. Let's hope that the Italian stallion can bring it home for us. Surprising clan war, I'll say that much. Okay, we'll do it like this. I think I can give you guys 5 minutes for this best of one ace match. Is there lag for Reynor? No, we're just gonna find a fair server. It will either be on Central or I think it's West actually. I think that whenever there is a best of one, I think they always do West. So for once we actually get lucky that one of our players is in Korea, because I believe a best of one is always on West. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a tiny break. After that I'll be back, and obviously as soon as WTS or WTL Code S is over, we go back to the ESL Spring Europe Regional. So see you guys real soon. Are the Roddy channel points good in Vegas? No, I do not believe that my channel points are a valuable currency in Vegas, I am afraid. But that is not a thing. But what is possible, mate, is just to save up a bunch of Roddy channel points, and then when I'm in Vegas, you can have dinner with me. Or a cheeky drink. Or play some cards. That is possible. But unfortunately, we're going to have to whip out the Benjamins if we're actually there. In 2024, there's too much Starcraft. I know, mate. I'm missing my boy Goblin. You guys said he's doing work. Take a little look at my boy Gobbus. Wow, he's up 2-0. That's crazy. Awesome. And he looks like he's doing good in game 3 as well. Just watching on my phone before we hop into Reynor versus Krystianer, as Reynor is smiling. Goblin's done it, eh? Goblin's done it, I think. He holds. Wait, he's not holding, he's attacking. It's okay, it's a good attack. I mean, he's far enough ahead that even if he doesn't win the game here, he kills the Nexus, he can... Wow, Goblin 3-0. Sick. I mean, I like Gongfu too. Gongfu is a very nice guy, but Goblin is obviously my boy. I'm very happy for him. That's amazing. What a win. That's actually a really impressive win, because Gongfu is a damn good player. Great stuff happening over at the ESL stream. incredibly impressive victory by Goblin, who's now top 12. I want to say for the first time in his career in the ESL Spring Regionals or the ESL Masters, DreamHack Masters, whatever you call it. First time in his career that Goblin is top 12. And before somebody corrects me that he made top 8 in Kiev in the WTS event, I know, but that was offline. These events are online. I'm talking about all the online events. Kudos to Goblin. Super awesome. Yeah, Kilvor, obviously we love Trigger and we will always support Trigger. And I still think that Trigger has played really good Starcraft lately. I think he can do incredibly well over at the ESL Spring Regionals in America. He's had a really good showing so far. I expect that to continue next week. But yeah, this was not a best of 2 that, well, I think was very representative of his skill at the moment. That was a rough one. We know that he can do better, and I'm sure that he will do better. So we gotta move on, and I just hope that our boy Reynor brings home the dub. Don't forget that we only ever lost 1 clan war in the regular season. We are 21-1 overall, as we find ourselves in this ace match.
Final round. Fight!
Bottom left side of Amphion, we are looking at the main base of the Italian Stallion, playing these games from a beautiful Saturday night out of Seoul, South Korea. As Tasteless would say, the Mecca of esports. It is Reynor for Basilisk and ShoWTimE. In the top left side, we are looking at the main base of the Polish Brothers, who played a really strong best of 2 in PvP. We gotta give him kudos, even if we're not cheering for him today. It is Krystianer, the man who used to represent Blazer Esports and is now fighting for the Starlight Twinkle. 127.7. What do you say about that, Roddy? I say that's very quick, Wingend. Congrats. Now let's see if you can actually finish above me in the real race. What do you say about that? How about a friendly wager? Reynor looking focused. Well, this is a big match. Like, I think a regular season is long. I obviously always expect us to make playoffs. I think we have a very strong team. We have done very good in the previous 2 seasons. We finished 2nd place and 3rd place overall. Our aim this season is to win it all. We've got a great team. We know it's not going to be easy, but we believe that we can win it all. If we would lose the first play day of the season, that would be surprising, to be disappointing, but no reason to panic yet. A long way to go. But it'd just be a shame because we have such a good regular season record ever since we started playing. 21-1. So it'd be very sad to lose today. Let's hope we continue to win almost every single clan war we've ever had in the regular season of Codas. Do the new money... No, actually, it's a good question, Damon Legend. Damon Legend is asking if there is bonus money on the line for an ace match. And the answer to that question is no. The map wins that I alluded to earlier, where you get 250 RMB, potentially 500 RMB down the line. For every single map you win in the regular season, that does not include 8 matches. Otherwise, it would indeed be good to go to an ace match and then win the ace match, but no. That's not how it works. You only get money for every single map you win of the original 6. The ace match does not matter. You can inflate one player's elo though. Sure, but we did not plan on this going to an ace match. I think in Reynor's perfect world, he was already now roaming the streets of Hongdae. He's gonna have to wait a little while. We're gonna need our boy to bring it home here. And let's see if that Korea arc is still going strong. Is Basilisk planning on to recruit new players? No, we're very happy with the 3 players we currently have. And even if Serral is not always available for this season, that's why we teamed up with ShoWTimE and we did not sign a new player. We'll never know what the future brings, but at the moment we are very happy with the 3 that we have. Ace match is best of 1, yeah, so it's all about this game right now. Reynor wins, it is over, we get a W, and we'll get a couple points. If Krystianer wins, they get a W, and they get a couple points. I wouldn't say that ShoWTimE is really filling in for Serral, because Serral is still a part of our team. Serral will still play for us. But there will be many playdays where ShoWTimE is playing. And there will be some playdays where it could be ShoWTimE Trigger and Serral, or ShoWTimE Reynor and Serral. Maybe one time you guys will even see Roddy. But I'm gonna have to work a little bit harder. I'm gonna have to cast a little bit less, and I'm gonna have to play a little bit more. Krystianer, his first Oracle flies into the natural of Reynor, gets 2 drones, takes a decent amount of damage, so I don't hate that for Reynor. Second Oracle it is, actually, sorry. The first one already took a lot of damage. 5 minutes in, Reynor is enjoying a 4-worker lead, and the Oracles of Krystianer are already better than Bruce, so I think so far so good for us. I'm not unhappy. I would be unhappy if these 2 Oracles now end up killing a few more drones, but they won't because Reynor is quick. 1 more for the Queen from downtown. Reynor gets the kill. That's the big one.
First blood.
First real important unit that has fallen. Krystianer is shading 6 adepts without glaives to the other side of the map. I'm not totally certain how many links Reynor currently has. That should be enough. I think all these queens and then these zerglings should be enough. Krystianer has a Twilight Council, by the way, and he hasn't used it at all. I assume he's going to just go Zealot Charge. And the idea here is to go Zealot Charge, Archon Immortal, War Prism, 3-base attack, shove it in. It's a little bit strange, no? To see that Twilight. I guess he just wanted a quick Twilight for the Templar Archives. So yeah, I think Zealot Charge, Archon Immortal, 3-base. That is something that Krystianer enjoys. That is what he does his best work with in this matchup. And the Goblin game is still going, by the way? What the hell? I thought that was over, guys. It seems over. Goblin is still cooking, but I felt like he was cooking a while ago. I'm very shocked to see that they're still playing. Oh my goodness! Did Goblin just land the biggest Nova ever in his own army? Oh my goodness. Did Goblin just blow up like 10 Stalkers at once with his own Purification Nova? Did I see that correctly on my phone? What the hell was that? I know he's probably still winning because he's very rich, but that was a monster. I will show that to you guys later. Sorry that I'm talking about a game that you guys can see right now, but obviously a big series happening over at the ESL Spring Regionals, and I don't think I've ever seen such a big Nova landing in someone's own army. Reynor is making a lot of Lings and Hydras of 72 drones. He hasn't really droned up the way that we normally see Reynor drone up. Krystianer is actually going for pretty quick Storm. This can still get scary, by the way, guys. I like the start of this game for Reynor, but now I'm also afraid that we are one bad attack away from being in all sorts of trouble. And I know that Reynor does his best work in this matchup and he's in a little bit of trouble. I don't think there is one man on this planet better in playing ZVP after a failed Hydra Ling attack into Storm than Reynor. But I don't like the idea of it. I don't like it one bit. Yeah, but he's not though. That's the thing. Krystianer is not doing that yet. Krystianer is playing double Robo. He's got Storm. He's going up to 4 bases. He's arresting the 4th base of Reynor. Reynor was indeed anticipating an attack that just never really came. Now I almost feel that Reynor is going full Nerd Show on us. Is he gonna drop Roaches and Hydras in the main base of Krystianer? Is that a play? Is Reynor going full Nerd Show? Did he kill that Oracle? Yes. That Oracle did just die on the right side of the map. It's actually super nice just to get rid of these Oracles. Look at this drop. Now that's a drop, baby. Reynor is gonna storm that main base of Krystianer like it's Normandy. Unfortunately, we are running into a very bad fight in the center of the map. No, we are not playing on... We're actually playing on US West. Queens from the high ground. Snipe that prism. That's a lovely little pickoff. Look at all these Dropalords, guys. Reynor also picking up an Immortal in the top right. This is going to be really difficult for Krystianer to deal with. Because Krystianer is controlling an army at the bottom side of the map. Then he has to deal with Roaches and Hydras in his natural. Roaches and Hydras in his main. And it seems that Krystianer just says, you know what? I'm just going to pretend that that ain't happening. And I'm just going to go ahead and try to win the game with these Immortals, Adepts, Archons, and a lot of High Templars. But walking up this ramp is going to be incredibly difficult for this Protoss army. A couple of Spine Crawlers coming online as well. Reynor is obviously in a very stressful spot. The main drop hasn't done too much yet. Reynor is owning in the top right. Reynor is owning in the natural. The main hasn't done too much yet. And now he feels that this is the moment to go for this army. Snipe the High Templars. He gets one or two of them. I think just one in the end. Man, what a game and what a clan war. Reynor's gonna have to pick up these Hydras as well. They get stormed. Thank the Lord that Krystianer has no Stalkers. Losing 3 full Dropalords there of Hydras would have actually been very, very painful and costly. Big army of Reynor making some progress through the center of the map as he's still dropping in the main, trying to pick Krystianer apart with some nice multi-prongs. One more storm landing on the Roaches and Hydras. Sniping the Cybercore would be cool. Starting to believe that Reynor will get the best of Krystianer here. It just seems to be a little bit quicker, sharper. Reynor is living his best Terran life over here with non-stop drops. You guys think that Terran is the race that's all about dropping? You guys haven't seen the Italian Stallion do his work, have you? One cannon in the mineral line is not going to be enough to deal with 5 Hydras or 4 Hydras and 2 Roaches. As Reynor fires up a hive, does need to be a little bit cautious with that army. That is a little too much to randomly lose against a couple of Immortals. As Krystianer storms his own tropes there to deal with them Hydras. As he's going to lose the top right side as well. Don't forget that we have recently used recall, so I don't think that Krystianer can use recall anymore. Reynor is going for the surround. Krystianer now picks up on it as he's going to drop a couple of safety storms. I think Reynor almost has it, but it's still scary because this is 5 Immortals and a bunch of High Templars, so it's way too early to celebrate. Reynor needs to clean this up. There are so many extra Immortals showing up, and this is now getting really scary. Krystianer's got a terrifying army over here. And even though he's losing every single probe on the other side of the map to a couple of Hydras, he also has an insanely good army. And I don't know how Reynor can deal with this. This is so many High Templars, this is so many Immortals. We are in serious trouble. Reynor's going to be forced to cancel this hatch. Reynor will cancel this hatch as he's still dropping the Hydras. I mean, the main, the natural of Krystianer, the top right, all of it is in shambles. But he's got such a terrifying force at the bottom side of the map. This fight is not important. This is the one that matters. Can the Spine Crawlers and the Lurkers... Hey, we have no Observer, right? Oh my god, please finish up Lurkers. Lurkers, Lurkers, Lurkers. Lurkers, we need them now. This is an insanely close game, but I don't see an Observer with his army. 2 Lurkers against a Protoss army without an Observer. Oh, and we're gonna recall. Krystianer is gonna recall all the way back as he realized that there are Lurkers out and he's got no detection. Reynor is down to 68 supply. Krystianer is on 74. He's got a terrifying force. Reynor is gonna lose the Hydras and Roaches in the center of the map as he is smiling and tilting his head. Wow. That was not on my bucket list, guys, for things that could have potentially happened today on this beautiful Saturday that is full of Starcraft. But it seems like it is gonna go Krystianer's way. It seems like it's gonna go Starlight Twinkle's way. Damn. Unless Krystianer somehow throws away all these Immortals, which seems impossible. Maybe Reynor can snipe the Observer. The only chance we have is sniping that Observer. The Hydras need to go for that Ops. The Hydras get the Observer. But it's just one Lurker that is remaining. And one Lurker is not going to be good enough to kill this entire Protoss army. There will be another Observer that's going to make it to the bottom side of the map. Reynor is smiling, tilting his head, knowing that this one is not going to go away. For the second time ever, guys, we, as Basilisk, lose a regular season match. As Krystianer gets the well-deserved pop-off. He played an amazing clan war. He's happy. We get it. Starlight Twinkle causes a really big upset in the opening playday of the WTL Code Summer season. Krystianer ran away. He's running a marathon. He's back. Great PvP best of 2 by him against ShoWTimE. And a crazy final game against Reynor, where Reynor anticipated some early aggression coming out of him. And Krystianer said, no, I don't always need to attack immediately. I can also get Storm. I can also get some Immortals, play 4 base. And that will do it. 4-3 in favor of the Starlight Twinkle. Very unnecessary, mate. Yeah, kudos. Well done to them. Cringe? What is cringe, mate? I am not crying. I mean, it's, you know, the neutral spectator in me is actually always hoping for surprises, hoping for upsets. When Basilisk is playing, obviously, I don't hope for that. I hope that we just win. But yeah, this is a big day for Krystianer. It's a big day for Starlight Twinkle. They get an awesome win. We go back to the drawing board and do better in play day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a long season, guys. It doesn't really matter how you start. It matters how you finish. But, of course, we wished for something that was better than this. It is what it is. You can't change it. You gotta learn from it. You either win or you learn. And I guess today we learned that it is never easy. And you gotta appreciate every single victory.